Hi everyone, I'm Raj and I'm one of the GP partners at Vita Healthcare. Today we're going to do a quick video on Microsoft Teams, showing the basics of how to use Microsoft Teams and to get the best out of it when we're communicating with each other. To start off with, why do we need to use Microsoft Teams? Well, our other systems such as email and EMIS can communicate to a certain level, but doesn't really have all the functionalities to get the teams working together well and communicating well. Across our multiple sites, Microsoft Teams is probably the best way for us to communicate at this point in time. And that's why we're going to be using Microsoft Teams. I'm going to share my screen and show you what Microsoft Teams looks like when you log in. In order to log into Microsoft Teams, you just need to use your NHS email and your NHS password when you sign into Microsoft Teams. It might ask you for a verification code, which will be sent through to your mobile phone. Once you're in Teams, essentially have a look at the left-hand side here. And there are four main functions that you need to think about: the chat section, the Teams section, calendar, and calls. Starting off with chat, which is where we are at the moment, we can look through different aspects of chats which we may be having during our time with individuals or with teams. These are all down this left-hand bar here. You can, if you have lots of chats going on, pin them. So if you click on the three dots and you click on pin, it will save your most frequently used ones at the top, which you can then click on from the top. Using the chat, you can essentially just type messages to each other and be able to send those off by simply typing in the text you need to and clicking on the send button at the end. You can add other things such as emojis or otherwise, should you want to do that. And when we have our all teams meetings, please feel free to chat in the chat box and send emojis. We encourage the use of these during that time. The chat section is as simple as that. It's like using a text message and sending it to each other, but on MS Teams, and you can add additional people to your group or set up groups, which we will do as we go on. The next section is Teams, and this is where you will be invited, and everybody in our organization should have Vita Healthcare as a team at the top, and you should all be in the general group, which is everybody in our practices. There are other teams that are set up, but these will only be invited to those who need to, so that it does not fill up your box in the way it does for me. Clicking on that general box will allow you to see what's been going on in the practice, and we will probably use this page more and more for announcements that impact all of you and training videos which we've started to put on in this section. You can and should, where appropriate, reply to the posts or announcements that are being made in this box. So simply by clicking reply here, again, you can text, send an emoji if you want to, and respond to the video. You can put in requests for other things if you wanted to by replying there as well. What I do ask is that we don't all post on this one. If you want to chat to individual people or certain team members, please use that chat box on that left-hand side rather than the Teams box. The Teams is more formal announcements that are going to be made by the management team. The next section to look at is your calendar. So when we send out invites for meetings, they will go into your calendar. So this is your personal calendar, and you will be able to see all of the meetings that you will have for that working week. You can set it to a full week, which would include the Saturday and Sunday, or to the day, which would just take you to today. If we were to have an all teams meeting and it was due, say, now, you would double click on the meeting and click on join, and that will then join the meeting and you will be part of that meeting. Those invites will be sent out to you as appropriate, with monthly Teams meetings being an example of meetings that we have on a regular basis. Calls is the next section, and this is where you can ring people where you want to talk to them. So that can be a phone call or a video call. Simply type in the name of the person that you want to call, That will bring you up to their page, and you can then from here click video call or audio call. The other way of doing it is back into the call section on the left-hand side. You can add people to your speed dial, and then you can ring them directly from there, and that will try and video call them or call them. They may or may not answer if they're not expecting your call, but you could always chat to them and organize a time when it might be useful to have a quick video call. And that's really it. So it's quite simple from a Teams point of view. Sign in, use the left-hand side for chats, Teams, have a look at your calendar, and you can call people from there if you wish to as well. I hope that that's been useful, and we will share further videos as appropriate. This video is created so that you start using Teams. That's where we will be communicating in the main, and we will share further information on there as needed. Thank you.